So no matter what you need a battery charger for, I think I found you a perfect one. Today we're looking at this 20 amp lithium LiFePO and lead acid battery charger from VEVOR. It's the smart battery charger. Let's check it out. All right, everybody, welcome back. Now, before we get started, I did want to remind you that up until Monday, my freeze-dried wholesaler's code is good for 20% off instead of 15. Just wanted to drop that at the beginning of the video because sometimes if I put it at the end, people forget about it, and you may have missed my video about it. Anyway, let's get back to this. This is the VEVOR Smart Battery Charger. It's a 20 amp hour, extremely flexible battery charger. It will charge lithium, LiFePO4, lead acid, gel cell, pretty much anything out there. You can adjust the amp rate at which you want to charge, the voltage at which you want to charge. And here's the cool part, and I talk about this a lot. This has a trickle charger. So for those of you folks that live in a place where you can't put solar panels out, a high-rise apartment, a place with an HOA that's not going to let you do it, this allows you to keep a maybe 1 or 2 bank of batteries charged up without using any kind of solar. And because it's a trickle charger, when it's full, it turns off, but once the voltage drops to a certain level, it will come back on and charge your batteries up, as opposed to just a battery charger that will charge them to a certain voltage, turn off, and never turn back on again. So I really, really like that. So this will do 6 volts, 12 volts, and 24 volts. It'll do lithium batteries at 12 and 24, and LiFePO4 batteries at 12 and 24. Like we said, it can also maintain and desulfate lead acid batteries, and your max charging current on this is 20 amps. So if you were to do the math kind of quickly here, just ballpark estimates, if you have a 100 amp hour battery, 100 amp hour 12 volt battery, and you charge it at 20 amps from almost dead, you're probably going to get it full up in about 3.5 hours. That's pretty darn fast. Now remember, charging at higher rates causes more heat, possibly more damage to the battery, but in a pinch, it will charge it very, very quickly. So that's really cool to know that this really does that. Now, how this works, okay? You can choose your mode to maximize the performance on this. It'll automatically detect whether it's a 6 volt, a 12 volt, or 24 volt battery, okay? You can select with 7 different levels of intelligent charging, and it will also do your car battery. Okay, this will also charge up your trickle charge, your batteries for your motorcycles, stuff like that. And like we said, for an even little home backup power system. You know, we think about it's kind of a compromise. If you don't have solar panels for your backup power system, then everybody goes out and buys power stations. What are they? Basically just big batteries that you plug into the wall to top off. Yes, you can charge them with solar, but for the most part, most people use these like that. So it allows you to build your own little power station without the need for a charge controller or solar panels. And if you live in a place where you can't install them, very, very cool. Really nice 3.6 LCD screen. We will turn that on and let you see it. Really nice big screen, lots of controls on here to basically do whatever you want. There are fan vents, a fan and a vent on each side. This is where you're going to be plugging in your charging, and this is where you're going to be charging in your wall power, your AC power. So let me plug this thing in. We're going to top off a battery today. I'm going to show you how it works and give you a little more information on it. All right, so this is your screen here. I'm going to pull it up to the camera a little bit closer before we plug it in. There's your screen. You'll have all your options on voltage and current. You can set current to auto. Your voltage, depending on what battery you've chosen. I've chosen the LiFePO4 here, and you'll move through that like with this thing here to voltage and amps. You can start it and pause it, and you can take the battery type up here. Want to go to lithium, lead acid, or LiFePO4, and the voltages will change as need be. The charging maintains desalination and force mode. Force mode, I assume, is just a very high amperage, shove all the possible power you can get in there all at once. Might be good for jumping a car type stuff. You can choose to maintain or desulfate the battery if you want. That's the desulfation button there. If you choose to do that, of course, it's not going to do anything because I have a battery connected to it. But as you can see, that's a nice big screen with a lot of information on it. Let's connect it to the battery here. And try not to electrocute ourselves. Okay, and there we go. So it's going to read the battery. Okay, we've already picked LiFePO4, and we're going to start it. There we go. I pushed it the wrong way again. I get impatient. There we go. So now we're starting it, okay? So it is charging the battery currently right now. Here comes our amps crawling up there. Okay. And we have a 13.5 voltage. It's about 8, 9, let's see, go to 9, yeah. My guess is this will hover around 10 or 12 amps. Might go higher, I don't know. It's on auto right now. And generally, if you don't know the correct voltage for charging a battery, I leave it on auto. I wouldn't go beyond that. You know, with the LiFePO4 battery, you can go pretty high. And as you can see, it just drops it up and down. It'll go up and down as needed. Crawls up, comes back down again. So as you can see, it's doing a pretty good job here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this run for a little bit until it reaches where I want it to reach. And we'll see what it looks like when it's all done and finished. And I'll bring you back. All right, so we have been going at this for about 15 to 20 minutes. And again, this battery was fairly close to being topped off. As you can see now, the voltage is 14.4. It is charging 18.9 amps. It's a little bit warm on the bottom here, but not anything. You know, I'm obviously holding it, so it's no problem. Definitely doing its job. So, the info on this little guy, you will hear the fan running, by the way. The info on this little guy here is basically you've got overheat protection, reverse polarity protection, short circuit protection, and over voltage protection on it. And as you can tell, like I said, the fan is running. It's a little warm, so the fan's running there. You're going to get 2 copper wire terminals, these guys here. You will also get the terminals. I'm sorry, the wires you get. The terminals. So if you decide to use this as a trickle charger and you're never going to take it off the battery, you know, like I may keep this to charge my car battery up one day. But if you decide to use this solely as a trickle charger, you can put these little terminals on there. Very, very simple to put on. You will, of course, get your plug, the unit itself. A very basic, simple unit. If you don't know a lot about batteries and you want to just plug something in, read the manual. Very, very simple to read. Very easy to... lots of information in here, okay? No problem at all with any of the directions. Read up on it, just make sure you know what you're doing. Plug in your battery and it's ready to go. Definitely a good little deal. And it's definitely doing its job because it's charging at 16.8 amps there. Battery's at 14.4, which is about right for a lithium iron phosphate. So this battery charger will run you about $54.99. Now remember, I have my discount. It's VEVOR sales, 5% off down below. If you're interested in saving a little bit of money while you're doing this, you can do that and get 5% off. But $55 for a battery charger that's intelligent and will run and do whatever you want it to do. I'm going to turn it off now, see where we stand here. We're at pause, and you see the battery's dropping to 13.67, you know. That's okay. That's pretty darn good. I'm not complaining. I didn't leave it on the full time, but it was better than 13.1, which is what it was when I plugged it in. So definitely happy with it. Does a very good job. Seems to perform pretty well. I have used this to charge another lithium iron phosphate. It was my 200 amp hour one, and it took about 6 hours to top it off. It wasn't really empty. I have an extra one that I kind of just leave over there on the floor, and it's ready to go into service should one of my bigger 200 amp hour batteries die on my backup solar stuff I built. So I have that one there, and I tried it. It worked very, very well, very efficient. As you can tell, the fan is kind of calming down now a little bit. And it's not even really warm anymore. So I really like the features on this. I really like the performance. And I also like the fact that it basically figures everything out for you. You know, if you put this into smart mode, it'll tell you what kind of battery it is. It'll charge it up to the right voltage. Like with the current, I left it on auto, and it did just fine. You know, I also love the screen. I like a big screen that I can read and see what's going on and know everything that's going on inside of the machine. So I do like that too. So very, very cool, very easy to do. Like I said, you can do a trickle charge on this, so it's really awesome. Let's say I just wanted to keep this battery with an inverter connected to it for emergencies, for backup. You know, I have my inverter connected over in the corner. I have this in a battery box somewhere in my house. Obviously, if I live in a tiny apartment, I can't put a big solar panel outside, but I can keep this charged up and running as a trickle charger and keep this always topped off at all times. Very, very cool and very handy for emergency backup. So don't think if you can't put solar panels out that your backup power is gone for good. It's a whole lot cheaper to do this too than to buy a $5,000 or $6,000 power backup system. You know, one little battery and a charger and you're good to go. So that is the VEVOR Smart Battery Charger, a 20 amp hour battery charger. Like I said, it runs $54.99, and I will have the link down below if you're interested in picking it up. Okay, I think it's a good deal. I've done a couple of these battery chargers. They're all in the same price range, but they don't have the features that this one has, and they don't trickle charge like this one, which I really, really like. And like I said, I got my 5% coupon off down there, so you can save 5% using the code VEVOR Sales. I thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to check out all our other links. Like I said before at the beginning, Freeze-dried Wholesalers has bumped up my discount code, okay, to 20% this week, till Monday at midnight. So get your orders in. It's Saturday now. You got 2 days, okay? So 2.5 because you got till midnight Monday. You got that time. So if you're interested in trying out Freeze-dried Wholesalers, my code and my link, you can just use my link. You don't need to use a code, but the code would be Iridium242. But you can just click the link, and that will save you 20% instead of your regular 15. So definitely check that out. Our Amazon affiliate store, notice a lot of people shopping in there, and I want to just say thank you to all you guys who've done that. You can also bookmark the link and use it every time you go to Amazon. Helps out the channel, doesn't cost you anything. But I thank you guys for shopping there. We have most of the stuff there is my gear that I test in the channel, things that I get on Amazon, and sometimes little incidentals I use during videos, so you can check that out there. Below that are my Patriot Supply link. That's preparewithiridium.com. We got a 4-week food kit for $60 off this month. Definitely check it out. If food isn't what you're looking for in preparedness supplies, you can always click on the banner up top that says My Patriot Supply and head on into the main site and see what's on the whole site itself. My portal is basically for the food specials, but definitely don't hesitate. Don't think you're cutting me out of the deal if you do that. Click on that link up top there, the banner where it says My Patriot Supply, the graphic. Get into the whole site. There's tons of other stuff there. So definitely check that out. And our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store. Don't forget to check that out as well. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.